Burton. This is Rebecca Burton doing a song analysis on the song Viva Eastbourne for the Made in Dagenham musical performance unit. I'm going to answer from question 2 onwards because question 1 is an annotation of the lyrics and I'm going to post that on Tumblr separately. But question 2 is, what is the song about? Describe the scene. What happened before the scene to lead to the moment? So before Viva Eastbourne, the girls have just come on a train because there's a TUC conference in Eastbourne where Rita's going to go and say Connie's speech to the board to try and get equal pay. But before the scene, it's probably us it was us travelling to the beach, and then obviously because it's an expenses paid kind of thing, all the men have come as well, and so it's the scene itself is actually us quite enjoying having a little bit of time by the sea, even though it's Eastbourne, which is apparently quite cheap and stuff. We've got a week by the sea, quotation marks, that we can enjoy ourselves for just a little bit, and so this affects. Wait a second. Let me read the question again. This affects the moment. I think that's the moment. I enter with Rita as my character's Claire, and so I would have travelled with Rita and the other girls together because obviously I wasn't intelligent enough to travel there on my own. But my character is really not very intelligent, so I'd have travelled with them. But in the moment, I'm talking to Rita and telling her that I support her. So my lines within the song, like I say, just say what you got to say, and then we go, Rita girl, go all the way, because we're all in sort of like a sisterhood, because we all have experienced such a big experience together, you know, striking for our rights. And then also we'd worked together for, you know, probably 10 plus years already, so we were all really close. And so for Rita, for my character, I'm really proud of Rita for, you know, for putting herself forward and saying Connie's speech, despite the fact that Connie's just passed away. You know, obviously that's gutting. So we're really trying to make the best out of a bad situation. So yeah. The question 3. What is the purpose of this song? The purpose of the song is to see, I believe, two sides, like for the men. There's two counter melodies within the piece. There's the Viva Eastbourne melody. There's the in fighting, out fighting, talking, all the lingo, and that's the men basically saying, "Oh, we've got to go to this TUC meeting. Might as well have a nice week by the sea while we're here. You know, have a bit of fun while we're here and make the most of it." Whereas the girls are in their whining for, earning for is a melody that they've used before in a way to express how desperate they are for change, literally, because we go change, 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 because we really just want to change our lives and change our situations. And so I think the purpose of this song is to show two different viewpoints of this TUC meeting and how important it is to the women as opposed to how important it is to the men. So like for the men it's not very important because they're more focused on, you know, having a nice time by the beach and drinking beer and stuff like that. Whereas the women, obviously, for them it's really important. And also it's a time to celebrate how far Rita's come. Because, well, you know, she's the centre of the group. She's clearly the mother hen. She's the leader. And it's celebrating how far she's come, I think, as well. Question 4. Where does the song take place? How does this affect your singing movement, i.e. in a car? Well, I had an answer in my brain. It just went. Where does the song take? Well, the song takes place I think it takes place in certain locations in Eastbourne on the beach. So with the men it is definitely straight on the beach. But with the girls I think it starts with them walking from the train station, because we come with our suitcases and bags, so we walk to there. So I think it starts for the girl, that starts at like the train station, and we walk in with our bags, and that's when we come in. We're like, we only got one. When we say we've only got one chance, we're all walking in with our suitcases, so we're coming from, and that's how it affects it. It's because we're coming from the train station, we have all of our luggage, and that affects like our movement, and it also affects how the girls and the men don't actually dance or do any choreography together until the last chorus, because we're having to travel separately and the men are already on the beach chilling, so we have to meet up together like at the end. So I think that affects that. The men and the women have separate choreography as well, like at the end, like at one point the men are doing separate choreography to the girls, and that's because, like I say, they want different things, and because they're in slightly different locations, because the girls, like I said, are in the train station or like walking to, and the men are like just chilling on the beach, probably lying on a sunbed, because some of the props they use are like sunbeds and beer bottles, and they're just generally having a good time while us girls have got all the luggage. So I feel like that affects that movement. Let's move on to the next question. I feel like this is the quickest I've ever done anything. I really hope it's not too vague. Question 5. Who are you singing to? That's a difficult one, actually. I'm singing to... God, that's weird. Well, I think at some point it's like when we say Rita, girl, go all the way, we're singing to Rita, obviously, because we're trying to tell her that we support her. So we're talking to her then. But then I feel like we're talking to the audience at the end when we're all like dancing as well as singing, because I feel like we're opening up to the audience, telling them how we feel, and we're telling them like where we are and why we're here, and it's actually kind of fun and kind of thing. So we're singing to, I feel like, yeah, I do feel like at the end where we're singing to the audience, because we're voicing our thoughts and feelings. We're not necessarily talking to each other, we're talking out to the audience, because we're expressing what our thought processes are during the song and about our situation at the time. So I feel like that's who, but like I said, at moments we do talk to Rita, because we're trying to tell her, how proud of her we are and how much faith we have in her, and also reminding her how important this is to us. Question 6. Who or what are you singing about? We're singing about, well, the men sing about just their experience by the beach, having drinks, having beer, having donkey rides, all the fun that they're having. So I think they're singing about, their fun experience by the seaside, whereas the women are singing about, they're singing about how important this whole experience is, how important this conference is, and how important Rita's speech is. So yeah, I feel like that's pretty important. So yeah, that's what the girls are singing about. I feel like I said, they're also singing about Rita when I go, when I think, is it Beryl? It says, no, it's Cass. That says, I hope she doesn't blow it. She's not talking to her. She's talking sort of to herself, but also to the audience. But she's talking about Rita. She's like, I hope she doesn't blow it. That's talking about Rita. So yeah. I think that's the answer to the question. I don't want to answer too vaguely, because usually my videos are like 40 minutes, so for it to be 10 minutes is like record breaking. How do you feel during the song? Plot how the emotions change on your lyrics. So again, I will write this on the lyrics as well, but just to give a brief sort of explanation of it. At the start, I think I feel a bit confused. My character feels a bit confused because she's in a completely new place. She's not very intelligent, so she's like, where am I? And I tend to use a map, and I'm trying to read a map to try and find out where this conference is being held, how we get there. And so I'm very confused at the beginning. because, and then I think I gestured to Rita with the map, like, help. I don't know how to read it. So yeah, I feel like at the beginning I feel very confused, but then, like I said, at the moments where we're like talking to Rita, I'm very proud. I feel like I express a very proud emotion because I'm like, yeah, we all give a big hug because we're so proud of how far she's come, and we also know that if there's anybody that can put across our case, it's Rita, because she's come such a long way. And then I feel like at the end I'm just really excited to be by the seaside, and I just act very jolly, very sort of merry, in almost a comical way. I try to make it over the top. In that last chorus where they're dancing, I have very like smiley gestures, like facial expressions, and I'm really happy because I'm by the sea, and Rita's gonna go have this speech in the TUC. You know, like, I feel like for 1 second I can sit and enjoy myself, and I feel like that's why I'm so happy, is because like for literally a couple of days all of us can all just enjoy ourselves, and I feel like it's really needed at that point because we've all been through so much, like misery and like struggling. So I feel like it's really important. And so like I said, at the end of the song, because it's only a very short number, it's only like 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes, yeah, so, anyway, question 8, oh my god, I'm nearly there, question 8, what are the inner/outer feelings of the character in this song? Yeah, I think that is quite an important question to ask for this song, because I feel like inside, everybody, including my character, is feeling very nervous, and we're all feeling like, inside I feel like I'm feeling very stressed and very tense and very, I want to say I'm anticipating, like I'm trying to anticipate what's going to happen next, whether I think Rita's going to actually succeed or not. I think my character personally would also be thinking about, you know, how that would affect her personally. So like if Rita doesn't get the equal pay at this point, then I might end up losing my job. I might end up losing my relationship with Ken, who's my fiance, because, you know, I won't have any money to support myself or have a wedding with him, or I won't be able to get married to him. I won't be able to even have my own flat. I'm still living at my parents' house. So I feel like I really need it to be a positive outcome, but I don't know whether it is going to be. And so internally my thoughts and feelings are very tense, and they're very nervous and quite down, actually. I think that is shown a little bit through that little counter melody that's like whining for, gurning for, aching for, quaking for, sick of bleeding, waiting for. It's because we have been waiting. We've been striking for like 4 weeks. We're really struggling, and we all just really badly need this. So yeah. But then outer feelings, like I think I've discussed, my outer feelings are very jolly and very happy, because I don't think I want to show those inner feelings to my fellow girls, because I want to show, I think my character's very proud, so she would never show that she's worried. She'd never show the other girls that she was worried. So her outer feelings, I feel, are very happy, proud, excited because we're on the beach and the seaside, also very merry, very jolly kind of thing, really sort of comical and enjoying herself. So I think that it was an important question to sort of explore, because there are completely different inner and outer feelings in this song. Question 9. What facial expressions will you use to show what your character's thinking or feeling in the song? Well, because my character is very melodramatic, she's very open, she's very bold, she's very rough as well. So when she's feeling, you know, in that little counter melody bit, you try to use very distressed facial expressions, my eyes, I always tend to look down a little bit for like change, that bit. I'm not going to sing it because that's really awkward, but for, you know, whining for, earning for, burning for, I do tend to look down because I feel like that draws like the circle of attention that I'm using, because I'm thinking inwardly, because I'm thinking about myself, because I'm not really opening my thoughts out to everybody else. I do sort of look at my hands a little bit, maybe look down, and then I do look out a little bit as if I'm thinking, like I'm in deep thought about it. Then, like I said, to contrast that, to show the difference between my inner feelings and my outer feelings, when it's sort of more chorus lines and singing, then I do tend to be very bright and very sort of like cheesy and like big grins, especially in the choreography was like that. I always tend to like gesture with it, like way, like to give the atmosphere of it being very happy and, you know, we're celebrating, just having a bit of time to enjoy ourselves. So my facial expressions are very big and bright. But then, like I said at the beginning, when I'm reading the map and I'm bringing in like all this heavy luggage, my facial expression is very confused. I'm like, what's going on? So I do tend to use like very like confused facial expressions to try and show that. Question 10, we're at the end of it. Question 10. What gestures will you use to show what your character is thinking or feeling in the song? Well, like I said in like the bit was like change. I'm like, I sort of like, oh God. Thank you. I sort of like hold my hands together and like change, like I'm almost begging for it, like that sort of thing. I'm like, I sort of go change, like I'm almost begging for change. And my posture goes very closed and my hands are like to myself because I don't want to open up to anybody about it. But then in like really like in the party section, my gestures follow with the dance move, with the movement. So they're very sort of swingy and they're very big and open, and like when we all go to take the picture at the end, I'm like viva, like I'm very open. I'm like that, like trying to do something really corny and cheesy, but I feel like I do that to add. I feel like I do that to show that I'm really happy and to show that my character's really comical and doesn't really know how to look cool. So she tries, but then ends up looking really weird anyway. My phone is going off. Sorry. But yeah. So at the beginning, like I said, I use gestures like I'm pointing when I'm holding the map. I'm pointing to other places, like, do we go that way? I'm sort of asking Mia. So I'm like pointing away to sort of gesture. I'm pointing away to sort of ask Rita, is this the way that I go? You know, am I going this way? And also maybe a bit of sightseeing as well. I sort of pointed to go, oh wow, look at that, like, do we go there? Because, you know, and I'm also really excited. I feel that shows that I'm excited, like, 'cause there's so much. So I feel like I'm really excited. So I'm pointing. My phone's going off, and I think I've answered that question. If you need me to redo it, I'll probably ask you to look over it and see if it needs redoing, because it is a lot shorter than everything else I usually do. But yeah, thank you very much for watching.